Hello everyone, good morning, and you're welcome to another episode of Just a Chat with Bumi Alabi. It's an amazing Thursday morning and I'm super excited to be here today. And for everyone on Facebook, good morning to you. Good to have you. How has been your week? How has been your day? I hope you're doing fine. I'm excited to be here today once again, and I'm here with my beautiful sisters here who has been so supportive. I really celebrate you. Thank you for coming here. I have here Auntie B, aka Avalon Kitchen, Avalon Shopper. Let me just talk about her. As if you need to shop for your foods, for your groceries, different things, she's there. Talk about your business. I'm giving you free advice that you didn't pay for. So talk about
shop anything.
Yes.
You want to source for any material. As a caterer, just let us know.
Like goat meat,
beef,
like
even home utensils, like pots. And you want us to shake the stress off you.
I hate it though. As if there's one thing
like
that I hate,
that smell.
Apart from goat meat, I hate shopping. I remember the time we went shopping together. In fact, I should just stop by and say, please. And because I just be going because you know the most annoying thing is she was greeting almost everybody. I even are selling pot, on the pot. She was I don't really want this market. You know she has that grace to shop. So if you
for me it's always
a shopper,
interesting.
yeah, it's interesting for her.
I love
it's good to discover your talent. And your talent is giving you cool cash.
Yes, so I love it. Just call on me.
Turn your gifts big time.
If you call me when I'm in the market, when I'm not in the market, just know that you get your materials.
Thank you. Here. And my sister, emoji in the building, aka emoji, civil engineer. What else again?
Call us anytime. She'll make something for you.
Yeah, as an emergency. Oh my
emergency.
God. What she made for that girl, that 10-year-old girl, as in just within less than 24 hours. Yeah. So how do you see, I celebrate the strength you women have. You know, we all have our strength.
Yes, sure.
And I don't envy you at all. The two of you, I don't envy you because
I
have my own, so I celebrate my strength.
Yes.
You know, you have that grace. Just within a short while, you're able to put up those beautiful dresses for that girl. How are you able to do it within a short period of time to even know the style you want to do? I'm sure maybe they might be confused about picking the style.
Yes.
You pick the style for them. So how were you able to do that within a short period of time?
Well, honestly, the thing is, when you enjoy doing what you like doing, you just see it as a fun. You see it as a fun. You see it as an avenue where you need to show yourself, showcase who you are.
Explore your passion.
Yes. So you just whenever you are doing what you like doing, you won't see it as stress, and you just before you know it, you just see that everything is set.
Maybe we need to talk about that maybe later on this. As you know, when you enjoy what you're doing and it's not bringing money for you. You see, because I have the passion for this, I have the passion for shopping, and they are not paying you. And I say, I love to go to the market. How do you do that? You know, but that one is for another day. Me, at least, I'm doing what I love to do.
She can get food for you like less than 2. Get what does that? Get what? She'll do smoothies, food. I cook, but I own it.
Do you know? I always give people option that, okay, what do you want to eat? I could cook different soup, cook different food for my family. The father might say, okay, I want this. The first son might say, I want this. And I will make it for them. You know, if you come to visit, I will ask you, okay, what kind of thing do you want? Do you want goat meat, chicken? If I have the right or if I don't have, I could just give you anything I have. You know, I love to give people that option. Okay, would you like this? In fact, there was a time they brought a maid for me. For the first time she came to my house, I was asking, okay, what kind of bread do you want? Is it agege bread or sliced bread? So I also want to ask, tell me the following, you're even giving this house of special treat. I think that is me. You know, I just like to satisfy people when it comes to food. At least it's so convenient for me to do. Even when I'm tired, I still love to
That
cook.
is it.
We just have
to
things
discover.
we love doing.
We have our
strength,
but I think when we turn that strength to making profit, people should encourage us.
Monetize
If I'm making food for you, at least don't underprice me because I'm using my energy, even though I love doing it.
Yeah.
Please, for everything,
Encourage
discover
us.
what you like to do, your strength. Discover the strength. It can give you money. As in your strength, your passion, whatever you love to do, it's going to bring money to you if you know how to monetize it. Yes, that's just by the way. I believe you've learned something from that quick business tip.
Seriously.
Okay, so let's just go to discussion for the day. Yeah, last week, what did she say I should be calling her? Mrs. Burogba. Auntie Vicky, yes, Auntie Vicky. Auntie Vicky, she's here. I think she's here watching us on Facebook. Auntie Vicky, hi, good morning. We are missing you here. And we're going to continue from our discussion last week about understanding the child's sexuality. And I put a caption there, I say, Mommy, I have a crush. And that was from the discussion my son and I had many years ago when he told me that he was having a crush. And last week we discussed about how we all had crushes. Maybe I should just ask you briefly. So, have you, Auntie Bose?
Have I what?
Have you ever had a crush when you were younger?
Oh yes, everybody will have somebody that you like. If you like a guy, a boy,
I thought you were reserved method.
Yes, we all have our temperaments.
Okay.
And we all have what we like.
Okay.
The fact and who we like. And I remember then on the streets there was one guy where I understand. He's very calm, cool. He behaves well.
Okay.
Every other person just always like, who is this girl, that is always too reserved. But for him, we'll come, we'll talk gently. I think I like with me.
Okay, the way he relates
with me, he has this, very unique about him. I just liked it, but nothing attached to it. Okay. For me then, I didn't know if it was a crush, because there was nothing like any teaching about crush. But now, growing up, we're getting to understand that we are teaching our children. So my parents never told me that. Did you have anybody you're crushing over? You do not even tell
anyone you are crushing. Regardless that you are crushing on someone. Nobody dares to crush on you.
But even in school then, because there was a guy that was very intelligent, but nothing attached to it. So for me, I had people that I liked, that are opposite sex. But I liked them for particular things. But nothing attached to it.
I know intelligence you grew up as a reserved person, but that guy then, let me just that guy is kind of bad. Like no, not that bad, but as a outspoken. Because somebody said something. Why do good girls always get they are attracted? They attract bad boys.
Bad boys.
I think my husband was saying this something. Why do good girls attract bad boys? As in. Maybe when you see a boy that is always there,
like that too.
That you still like.
That I liked now.
No.
Okay, that was a bad boy. No, I like them when they're reserved, but when I see that bad part of them, I don't like it. Because my brother was very, very wonderful. He had those friends that were very tough. So when I see that part of them, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it. I don't like my voice. I don't really like
emoji.
I don't know.
No,
I know you grew up to be a strong lady that just keep her focus. No friend, no male friend.
Yes, honestly, if I want to be honest, as in during my primary, secondary school, I don't think I have anybody that I have a special feelings of. I don't see them.
I could picture her.
But let me say that was it feeling or the fact that you like somebody because
even that likeness, as in you have interest in someone that you like this person.
You never experienced that.
No, not
is it the way you grew up or
honestly? Our parents are not the kind that
tolerates.
No, it's not that. That talk to you about your growing, about what you need to know, your social life, what you need to know. But my dad has been was a very cool man. He wasn't an harsh person, so he doesn't beat us and all that. But I just see myself. There's something about I just see myself that in all that I don't really have interest until I will say this, until the first day I set my eyes on my husband. Now, honestly, yes, as in that first day that first day that I saw him, honestly, I didn't know something. Just as in that's, I just felt that. Yes, that's a connection. I felt that. What will I call it? That I felt that spark. I felt that, and like
that spark, and somebody
like
told me that
guy.
Yes, this is
I like this guy.
My boy, and
no, that I was a Muslim, so bone of my bone and all that. I don't even know anything about that.
I like this guy. But then you were grown up, you were matured, you were ready for marriage.
No, not ready for marriage. No.
Okay.
Then I was SS2 going to SS3.
That you met your husband?
Yes.
Wow.
SS2 going to SS3.
Oh my.
The thing,
That's first love. Oh my. And that first love kind of a thing is always strong.
As in,
this is very, very strong.
I can feel it that this is the only guy I have interest in. And with my group, the kind of friends that we grew up together, we are a kind of friend that you don't do anything until your wedding night. You have to be a virgin, science student that his book, everything, and he had this boldness. He came to our house.
Wow.
As in, he called me out.
When it was in second, you were both in second.
Yes. So when he called me out, I was like, hey, let's cover me. I don't, as in the way I reacted, I reacted badly to him that day. But that day was the day I was interested in him.
For that confidence.
For that confidence.
And confidence. You need to have that boldness to be able to take some action.
No, he has that.
Women love boldness.
Yes.
That can take don't be bold. Don't be timid and say I can't. He was so daring. He didn't even care. Maybe his love was shocking him there. He didn't care whether they eat from my head.
My younger sister was with me, and the way I was shouting at him, I don't know you. Where are you from? This is that. He said, "Hey, cool down. My name is the way. My name is." But inside of me, I like it. You have to prove stubborn. You don't give room for any guys and all that. But at the end of the day, this is not the topic for today.
As if that's great, right? No, this is interesting. Actually,
it is because
I just want to know about
story.
About your own crushes too, sir, because that's where we started from.
I think he is.
Yeah, so
the crush.
First love. Yeah, I think we need to talk about
first love crush.
First love crush. Yes, how did it go?
First love crush.
We want to learn from you, as the younger ones want to learn from you.
I'm ready to narrate my side. I am ready to.
Yeah, so let's just
be for another day.
Yeah, let's just go to the topic. It's a continuation of what we started, and just it's something we can't really exhaust at the time. But I believe in the little time we are spending together, people that are watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, I believe they should be able to get something. And I really celebrate and appreciate the responses I've been getting from people that everything we are talking about here, we might not know it all, but I believe we are really passing some information that are helpful to people. So please, I really appreciate you, and please always drop your review, your comments, your question on Facebook or on YouTube, so that we can just talk more about it and we'll see how we are really helping you. Yeah, so the topic that we started was understanding a child's sexual behavior, and that's where we started about the crush and stuff. Our parents during that time, they didn't have time to talk to us about our sexual behavior, developmental stages, and except the ones we learned from outside, from school. Yes, and like in the days where we have now, a lot of things are going on. The way children are being exposed sexually, the way the things they get involved with, starting from the issue of the Christian school, that one just, we got to talk, we talk about that because it was leaked. How about the ones we don't know about? How about the ones that are even younger than that, and they've really been exposed at a very tender age? you know. And what we're just talking about is how parents can help their children during this phase, because we realize that there are some things that the children are going through, but they can't talk to their parents about it. There's some unhealthy sexual behavior that some children are going through even when they were young. You know, like in my study, I discovered that there are some symptoms, some signal that a child is having unhealthy sexual behavior. Like if you see a child that is always touching his genitals regularly, publicly, touching other people's genitals, you know, things like that, being exposed to, as when the child feels comfortable watching some sexual activity, some things on internet, and you know, and parents don't even know about it, and some parents even know about it and they can't even do anything. Like I think I talked about it last week about a parent that, you know, a parent and the child were watching a scene on TV, and I was there, so I expected the children to leave, or the parent to tell the children to leave and leave that scene. But they were all watching it together and they were laughing. And I was like, so if these children now start practicing this thing in the absence of their parents, would you now say, oh, I didn't know how they got to learn this thing, but they were there. So, you know, we need to talk about how parents have exposed their children to this and how they can really help them, because truth be told, children, they go through all this thing. They have different things. They go through. They mix up with friends. You know, they mix up with friends outside that they don't have good background, good trainings and teachings from home. And how do we help our children? And as parents, how can we do better as a parent in helping them build a healthy sexual behavior? So I think we should let's look at it from that angle as a parent.
Okay, I'll say something that a lot of parents, a lot of adults are actually going through things that was a challenge to them. Like I read an article, any parent that has gone through sexual abuse, I will grow up to have a problem later in life. There's this thing they do for ladies when they are small. I don't know what they call it. Circumcision. The effect on circumcision on women is very, very, very deep. And that is why abroad, someone told me recently, if there's any woman that has gone through circumcision, they will actually sue the family or pay the family, you know, because the effect is that a woman will never reach orgasm. And every woman will want to reach that. That is for adults now. So there are some things that children are going through that we see that are just for children, and when they grow up, you know, with it, the adverse effect is very, very bad, even for women, for some women. Now for children, I would like to emphasize that any child that has gone through circumcision will never be interested in sex, may never be interested, even if exposed. But the one that has not gone through it, probably the boys that have not gone through it. I was talking to myself this morning. I talk about 3 things: your mind, your soul, your spirit. Some children sit down on their own and they imagine everything they have watched. I would like to use my son as an example. Sometimes he comes to me and say, "Mommy, a lot of things are going on in my mind because I watched so video." You know, not because I expose. Sometimes you don't expose your children. Maybe they are going on the road, they are hearing it, they are seeing it on social media, you know. Music, so now, how do we help that child? One of it is to talk to the mind of that child and say, see, you will always see this thing, but it is for you to decide the one you will choose. Just like the Bible says, I lay before you life and death. I never knew that I was going to talk deep like this when I was talking to myself this morning. So you have the right to choose. Choose the right thing. And most times, please, let's watch our children. When they are alone, what are they doing? You know, my children say, Mom, why do you keep an eye on us? Because sometimes if you don't watch them, they do something that they don't even know they are doing it. They don't even know the effects. When you see a child touching his private part for so long, you caution the child. Some parents don't even have time. When your children are sleeping, watch them. Go and check them in their room. When they are bathing, why are they taking so much time in the bedroom? You know, by the time you are able to help a child, you know, to discover some habits from a childhood before they get to teens age, then they will know that it is wrong. They will not grow up with it, and it becomes very difficult for them to drop. I'll tell you, a lot of people are going through things that they cannot fight right now, and they cannot come out to talk about it. I'll tell you the truth.
That I want to pick 2 points from that thing you just said now. That genital mutilation of a girl child. Somebody said something that because people are advocating that they should stop it, they are looking, due to different reasons for the consequences, like for the health of the child and the safety of the child. But on the flip side of it, somebody said that because if the high rate of sexual desire in a girl child is because they don't do that genital mutilation. That's the consequences. So that's why you see so many young girls now that they are sexually aroused at a very early stage because they've not been. You understand? So how do we now? That one is an issue. Is an issue because of the consequences of not doing that genital mutilation.
You deprive me of something when I'm young,
yes,
and when I'm old, I will not be able to enjoy it.
And a lot of older women are not enjoying sex because of this. So I think this topic is very, very wide. This genital mutilation, because you need to talk about. I need to get professional to talk about in our whole level. Now, this thing is affecting our girl children. It could be and it could be not. Or what do you feel? As in this genital mutilation, it could be for some, and for others, it could be maybe exposure to some illicit images, some sexual arousing things outside. You understand? We need to talk about that. Then, secondly, you said something about our children, the way we monitor our children, what they are exposed to. Something I remember something. It's not just about a girl child. A girl-boy child relationship now. Now boy to boy, girl to girl.
Boy to boy.
We're going to talk about that homosexuality in the children, as in some things, as in how it started, as in some symptoms you need to notice in a child that has the likelihood of become homosexual. I remember sometimes, and some things parents can do to avoid some were not born that way, but due to some things. I remember there was a time my older son always complained that whenever they are bathing together, I rarely allow them to bathe together. My 2 sons, yes, I allowed it before, but when he started mentioning something, I had to just give it a check. I give a check, or I'm there, or I try to talk to them. My older son would tell me that my younger son, that the younger one, used to touch his butt and he doesn't like it. So I now ask him, I said, why do you touch your brother's butt? He said, and that one is very honest. He said, it's because I like it. He said, it's very soft.
But this is a joke.
Normally I would have been like, oh, what do you mean it's very soft? What kind of thinking is that? But actually it's true. It was soft and he enjoys touching it. I now told him, I said, see, it is wrong for you to touch it. Don't touch anybody's private part. It's part of their private part. Don't touch it, and don't allow anybody to touch yours. So,
because you are available and you saw it.
I didn't even see it. They told me.
And that's what I'm saying. Because they were able to tell you, but some busy parents that are so busy that there's no time.
Even when
the child trying to tell the parent, and they won't listen. Time. So I separated them for that period of time to stop bathing together because of that. So don't say because I have only girls, I have only girls.
Even boys.
Even boys, as in whether you have the only girl child, children, please monitor them as parents. Know what they're up to. Let them be free to talk to you about those things. So those are the things that I wanted to bring out from the point you made about being available and know what your children are into. Now let's now talk about the effect, things that parents expose their children to. I only talk about exposing your children to some music. I don't think we even talk about it. The music our children listen to outside, the music they listen to at parties. I was at a school end of the year party, and they were playing this Olamide song with some lyrics that were really, really out of it. And I was like, you are playing this song for children to do choreography, to dance to. These children, they are singing this song. They are singing it. They are talking about it. it stops by in their subconscious mind. Whenever they are alone, it replays. You know, how do we as parents, as teachers, as people that we know organizing parties for children, how do we help this? We expose them to some things on internet, on TV, and you be like, oh, it can't affect them, they are just children. How can parents really help it? Because some parents don't see this as an issue at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
This week on Monday, the admin of my child called, the youngest called that, how about you that we've not been talking about end of the year party money? And I replied, I said, we don't allow them attend school parties.
Okay.
So she asked why. I said, one, because what you expose them to.
So,
because we discover something that whenever they go to a party, to school party, when they come, that's when you hear one singing, one, you know, all this song, as they singing it and enjoying it and all that. And the other one, we just run to you and say, hey, mommy, you see, he's singing worldly song and all that. And when you ask, you say, is it not our school party? Our school party? So since then, myself and my husband said, let's stop that. That might not really stop there as in years, but at least let's cut that part of the tree that is growing. Let's cut that part, that branch, and watch other branches too. And also, aside us exposing the children to social media, music, videos, and all that, even we, the parents, we also expose them by allowing them to see our nakedness.
That is important. Bathing with your
children,
your male child,
or
bathing
or
your
dressing up. You understand? Sometimes when they are growing, you are abusing them.
I even think they are still babies.
You are abusing them.
What age do you think is even wrong to even be?
As in, let me, from my own experience, because I'm a kind of person that I don't really cover myself when it comes to family. But there was one day I not like my Owa is mature, is a teenager. What I am doing, I'm tempting him. Yes, because he has attained the stage of this puberty that all these sexual hormones are growing. And I'm also pushing him to the wall. He's the kind of person that he doesn't care. But if I continue like that, my one doesn't care, he doesn't see all that as issue and all that. But mentally, it might be affecting him, and he will not be able to tell me. Sometimes if I'm nude and I say, I'm sorry, I'll run back in. But it was later, because before I was like, they are my children. They are my children. What is there and all that. But I see that it has negative on them. Even why I even stopped was the youngest.
Okay, the
boy.
Yes,
yes. I say that sometimes if I'm a nude, he will get a wrapper to cover me up.
Wow.
What does that mean?
He doesn't like
it. He's not too comfortable with it. And you see some children, they are very, very interested in looking at you. As in,
sit down.
I have a neighbor. As in, when the child comes in and I'm maybe naked or I'm in the bedroom, you know, and he sees, he will look at you, rush back and come back
again, give a second look.
A second look.
That child has been exposed to some things that
it might be that is his mom.
It's either the child has been sexually abused as a child, and because before a child starts having interest in that, he must have gone through it, and he will see that, okay, this thing, it makes me feel cool when I do it. Maybe somebody sexually abused the child, and he said, okay, this is the same thing I saw that time when like this person this thing to me, you know, you will be interested that let me see this thing, let me watch it very well. You understand? So because a lot of people that many children that have many adults that have sexual behavioral problem, you know, if they are traced back, most of them have been abused as a child. They have some history of abuse. You understand? So, you know, as a parent and as adults everywhere, anywhere, you know, there are ways we can really help these children. With our own children, especially, you know, when you are noticing some behavioral pattern in them, like you said something about your younger child. My younger son too used to do it. Whenever I put on a cloth and it's not covering, you know, he will cover. He will even do it himself. He won't even say. He won't want to say not to make me feel embarrassed. He will cover it himself. You know, these are the things that we need to bring to the consciousness of our children. That okay, these things are not normal. It's affecting them. Like the way they grow, those hormones will be growing in them. The hormones will make them to be attracted to opposite sex. And you know, by the time you leave them, you just let them do. You don't talk to them. You don't guide them in the proper way. First of all, we talked about it last year, that make them understand that okay, the way you are feeling is normal. Because it's for you to have those feelings, to be sexually attracted to opposite sex. It's a normal way of growth. Your sexual growth, it's a normal way, you know. But when you start noticing some unhealthy sexual behavior, like continually touching genitals, touching people's butt, and desiring to watch all these sexual images, media, you know, there's need for you as a parent to talk to that child, to guide them in the proper way. And if you see that these things still persist, you can talk to a counselor, seek help, seek professional help for that child. You understand? So that one would take us to the issue, another topic of the issue of homosexuality in children. I stumbled on a boy's on a video on Instagram about this TikTok challenge. It was actually a boy that was doing the video, as in the boy was shown in the video and was just dancing, just doing some TikTok stuff, and suddenly it just changed to a fine girl. That was like, in fact, myself, I was even crushing on I was see fine girl, see, as they did makeup, everything, and people were like, no, it's not the same person. Maybe it's his sister, a teenager. They say it's a sister. I had to go to that guy's page and I saw that he doesn't have a breast. He wore this short jumper. That his breast was flat. I was like, is this a breastless girl or what? You know, but I discovered that he's a guy, but he has this appearance of a lady, of a girl, and a teenager. I think maybe he's like maybe 17, still in second, because I had to follow him. I went back to his page. I followed all his posts and everything, and I discovered that this boy is into gazing or what?
Yes, and before you know it,
you understand?
So
you know, how do
him over?
Yes. So how do we? You know, when you notice that your child is exhibiting some behavioral pattern that makes him or her look like opposite sex, how can parents really? I think you said you made some risk. Can you say something? Do you have anything to say about that? Because this is a problem that we can't really shy away from. It's a problem that is here. It's coming so close to us because they are coming out now to show that this is who I am now.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. So how do you think we can?
What
is where does this thing start from?
I know you have something to say, right?
Yeah, I think but do you have something to say about that?
One of the things I want to say is at home. You know, she talk about music in school. How do we separate our children? I want to talk about this place of self-discipline for children. We need to be talking to them. We have to let our children know what is self-discipline. That's why you see some issues, like even when we have pastors and we have some of their children have issues. Self-discipline and prayer. Those are the two things I want to emphasize on. Because when you talk to your child and you tell your child, see, these things, you're going to face it.
Sorry, let me continue. Self-discipline. A child that says, "Mommy, it seems as if I'm stuck." A boy child that tells you that Mommy is like, "I'm stuck," in a girl's body.
Yes.
That
Okay,
loves,
no,
that
no.
is attracted to things that
Yes.
appeals to girls.
Yes.
He loves pink
No,
color. He loves to play with
what I'm
dolls.
saying
He
about,
loves to,
you know,
even
I
the
went
way
for-
he plays, as in,
I
you
went
could
for
see
a
that
program.
this boy
I went
is,
for a program one time, and he said, if they tell you that your child is stealing, don't say God forbid. You can help that child.
that child.
Look, if any way you can find a solution for yourself, you know, self-condemnation. Sometimes we condemn children. God forbid, it can't be my child. And that's one alone will make the child feel, oh, you're just deceiving yourself. It's actually me.
This is
who I am. So let's accept sometimes our children, whatever their challenges are, and let's look for a solution to help them.
To accept them.
I'm not saying accept them for who they are. Accept that she's saying that this is the challenge I'm going through. Because we also have challenges. Then see how can we help that child out of that challenge.
Okay.
So that's the solution she wants.
Let me make, for an instance,
Okay.
you have a boy child that looks so beautiful. I'm using
Yes.
beautiful for him
Because
because
he
he
looks
looks
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yes.
You know? And he just walk up to you and say, Mommy, I love to be a girl. I love to wear the kind of clothes you make for my sister. And he talks to you, he tells you that, what would be your reaction?
But you, honestly,
yeah, as a
you know,
Nigerian mommy and as a minister's wife, please just tell me the truth.
The
now.
truth is
How
that
would you
I would
feel?
know that that thing is actually traced to something, because sometimes you see, I think I've seen my son do that, but I say, don't do it. Sometimes it starts with a play.
Okay.
Do you understand? That is why I said you can talk to that child. But you said some of them are born with it.
Yes.
If they are born with it, I'm not seeing a child actually. It's very rare for you to see a child grow like that. But it's just that nowadays we are seeing some of them on social media.
Yeah.
But if we have a child like that, well, for me, I feel that we still have to help the child, because you said something one time. For every challenge everybody has, it's traceable to someone.
That child.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's their childhood or something, even as a child, is traceable to something. So there must be something that child saw that is making him come out to say, I want to be like a girl. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, you know what? It's the way you are feeling that you are a girl. You want to be like a girl. You want to have like a girl. That is the way
they are feeling. It's a biological.
Okay, but I want to ask something. Can't their mind be changed?
That is the mind.
That's the mind.
But is there no mind that can be changed? That's what I'm saying. Okay, are you saying that there's no solution?
Wait, hold on. She's talking because she's a pastor. She's talking from the angle of spirituality. I know what
spirituality and the counseling
God cannot do
does not exist.
Yes,
I'm going to lay that foundation.
Two things, counseling, and spirituality. There's nothing that cannot change.
But from
some people that have the picture.
Yeah, because from
the structure, the way they walk, as in from when they are young.
I used to know.
If you have
I cancelled them before.
As in, as young as they are, you see the way they are walking, you see their shape,
the shape,
you see the voice. And when you hear their voice,
okay, so what okay, let me ask. What do we?
And you see,
I'm not saying it's not available.
They cannot help themselves.
I've seen a girl. I've seen a girl.
So should we allow them?
Wait, hold on. I've seen a girl that committed suicide because of this. Because she actually see herself that I love to dress like a boy. I love she's always on low cut. She always loves to do things that is masculine in nature. She loves
so what's the solution?
And I think in the process of trying to express herself maybe to her family, they rejected her.
Exactly.
The society rejected her.
Yeah.
And when she saw that, okay, it's like I'm not accepted the way I am. I think the only solution to this, so that I won't be a body, so that I won't be ashamed to my family, let me just end myself. And she did. And yes, she did. That's how I got to know about the story, because very intelligent girl, very smart, and I was like, is there no way to help these people? I know from your research you said you're able to find some things. But what I got from the counseling side,
that is the most best solution.
No, see. The only solution they talk about, they taught us, and we found from research, is that you accept them the way they are. No, it might be difficult to accept because of your own growing up, because of your belief system and everything. But psychologically, honestly, the first thing is, number one, you show them love. When you see people, because for them to even be able to have that confidence to come out and tell you that this is how I'm feeling. A lot of people cannot even say that. But do you know there are some people that grew up to become all this, like we know and it's because it is what the society is trying to accept. Like the one that started dressing like a girl. I read this history. The one I'm talking about. They said maybe it was broke at the time when it was growing up as a boy, and maybe he didn't have money, and he noticed that all these girls, big men used to carry them, they give them money. I need money too now. And he just went to a clubhouse and he dressed like a girl. And maybe one big man now carried him now to the room and just have fun with him. And in the process of trying to undress him, he said he shouldn't undress him. And I was like, how will I pay? How would I check what I pay for? And eventually just discovered that this person is a guy, and I think he got arrested. So afterwards, maybe over time, we saw people that were now encouraging him. There was support, because these people, they have community. They have community that supports each other. So, and people celebrated him and he started having that confidence. But for a child, we're talking about children now, discovering this thing as a child. How can parents that have children like this, they may not be able to come to you, but there are sometimes that parents ignore, sometimes parents don't even help you. I've seen a mother that said he always liked to plait his boy's hair because it's very long, because she wanted a girl child, and the boy looks like a girl, so and they will dress like a girl. How about parents that really encourage that? Even for a child that is still very, I agree that there are some children that are that they feel that way naturally, but how about parents that really encourage this in the child? Then the children that found themselves exhibiting this nature, how do you think we can help them from your own view?
Let me start with the ones that were not as in born that way. That it maybe due to how their parents has trained them, or their exposure. Those ones need to, like what she said, that self-discipline, and always talk to your children. Let the children always know the bad from the good. Let them always know the bad from the good. When you see that traces in them, if it is not from you, when you see that traces in them, call their attention to it. Don't just assume that they are still young. By the time they get to a stage, they will outgrow. Yes, that is what most parents, they will outgrow it. They were when I was small and all that. No, let us always attend to nail on the edge. As in instantly. Don't let us as in waste time. Ignore or even waste time and say till he or she gets to a certain age before we could. No. When you see the traces, correct it immediately. That is for those that
they're wearing born that way.
But for those that are born that way, honestly, when I was doing my research, what I got, I wasn't happy with it. You were
disappointed?
Yes, very, very disappointed. I even have to discuss it with my husband. And my husband, as an African myself, you beat the homosexuality out of it. What nonsense? That's the way they will start. That is, some people will be saying they don't eat onion. Some people will say they don't eat egg. That's why you will be and I'm like, no, it's not that. It's this. This person is a kind of the way you are feeling that you are a man, you are a boy. You need to act like a boy. You need to do things like a boy. That is the way. Let me use the female now. That is the way she is also feeling. She's feeling like a man. Everything about a man is what she loves doing, and she can't help herself. How can we help? And what they said from the research, they said you accept them the way they are. And me, I said no.
Pray for them for everything.
No. And even I try to like, okay, let me check the counselors if they have counselors that can help them. The counselors too said that you have to just show them love, let them continue that way, support them, introduce them to their community. I said, no, okay, maybe let's prayer.
Prayer is the major thing.
Prayer is the key.
Is the key.
Prayer.
I search and search.
Honestly, it's something. Next week we're going to continue this because it's something that is really, really worrisome. Because
it is.
It is reality and it is here with us. And we really need to help our children that are coming up, because I believe there are some things that can still be noticed and corrected. You might not be able. You might not force some things to happen, but it can be corrected if discovered early.
That's what I'm saying. Early.
You understand? And at least it depends on the way you as a parent you are handling the issue. You don't condemn, you don't criticize, you give them that comfortable atmosphere to be able to talk. If my son wasn't comfortable to tell me that my brother is touching my butt, I don't like it, it might have led to something else, because they sleep together in the same room and they're always together, which I might not even know what is happening. So as a parent, I think you need to create a conducive environment, a conducive atmosphere for your children to be able to talk about the way they are feeling. If you are noticing the way they are doing, maybe they like to be doing some things. Some boy child like to use makeup, to use their mom's makeup, put on the wig. I could say wig, put on the wig. Yeah, mommy, how do I look like a girl? But
yes.
Something
even happened when the elders, my son, was a baby. So we just put a wig on him and we snapped him and sent it to my sister-in-law abroad.
That one we like it.
She was so mad. She said, "What nonsense!"
because she was used to that.
She said, "What nonsense is this? Why are you introducing my child to?" She said, "I'm shaving." He said, "No, don't try that again. Don't even try that again." So if we can tackle it the way it is.
So let a boy be a boy, let a girl be a
girl. I have a son that is yellow, so you always want to. If he wears wig, you look like a girl.
Yeah.
If he does anything that,
by the time he grows in that,
my first son,
and he says, "Oh, girls look more beautiful when they put on this." And I want people to appreciate me. Everybody loves to be acknowledged. Everybody loves to be acknowledged. By the time you say that, okay, you and a girl, you are working, and they are giving attention to the girl. They're saying, "Oh, fine girl."
You know what they call it? One fine boy. Then when he was small, so those things always make him feel like Larry White and all that. So I have to make him know.
Let them understand that you are appreciated as a boy. Appreciate your boy child. Make them look. Thank God for now, as in boys have lovely clothes now, that because before that you see it's only girl that have all these body dresses that they make them look like a girl, like a princess. Let your boy look like a Prince Charming too. Encourage them that yes, you are bold, you are handsome, you are good looking, yes, you are a man. By the time you keep saying this to them, let them discover and all this fine. They say, okay, make boy to express themselves, express their emotion. Boys cry, allow them to cry. Fine, it's okay. Don't let them feel okay. It's only a girl female that can cry. It's an emotion. It's part of them. So let them express themselves, but not now exhibiting those feminine part, as in that thing they desire in female, in the girl, and encourage it. But when you notice that there's some of these traces in your girl child that he loves, is attracted to things that is particular to male, or you have a boy child that is attracted to things that is particular to female, it's high time you address it as a parent. It is still possible to correct some things at early stages, because this issue of homosexuality is real and it is growing wild and it is being accepted everywhere. But as a parent, you need to understand this early enough so that you can know how to seek help. And one of the ways to do this is to accept this reality. Accept that, okay, this boy, I gave birth to him as a boy, but he's showing some exhibition, some kind of features, as in some traits of a female. There are ways you can seek for help, but as a spiritual person too, because I'm not going to do anything and take out God out of it. Please always seek the face of God concerning this. Pray about it first, then seek professional help. Seek professional help. It's very important. You know, these are going to give you and help you on how to handle this child, that you won't even lose him or lose her. Because if you don't show them that support, if you don't show them that they are loved, okay, that you are who you are unique. Don't let what you see in the society disturb you or to make you feel less of yourself. Accept yourself that this is who you are. You are still a boy child. You have the future of a boy. You might like some things that looks feminine, but you are still a boy child. And you know, just do everything you can. Talk to that child, then seek help. If you're able to seek a professional help, they are going to help you, give you guidelines that you can help this child as he grows. As he grows, he might still growing up having that feeling, but like I said, that's why I put God first. If you put God first, God, that fear of God in him or in her will not allow him to deviate and follow the way of the world. You know, he will still see himself that, okay, I might like some things pertaining to ladies, but I'm still a man, I'm still a boy. You know, you see, give him or give her reason to live, to accept himself that, yes, I'm a boy and I must marry a woman. So, you know, let those that thing, let that awareness come and let it sink into their mind, so that they will accept themselves and they will love themselves for who they are. Yes. On this note, I think we are really out of time today. You know, we didn't know that it's been really talked for almost an hour, but I believe you've learned something on Facebook, and for everyone watching us on Instagram, or sorry, on YouTube. Yes, you're not on Instagram. I believe you learned something from this. And please, if you have any question or contribution, or you know a way out, if you know a way we can help our society, our children, you know, there are some things that can be helped. There are some that they have really grown into this, and you can't really help them, you know. But if there's a way, if you've seen somebody that have gone through this process of, you know, as in changing their mindset, changing as in the way of life, the psychology of who they think they are, as in seeing themselves as if they are trapped into the body of an opposite sex, and you've seen, please, we would like to know about it so that we can talk about this and help our children that are still growing. You understand? Help them, because it is declining to younger age, and they are gaining that confidence because the community, their community is accepting them. They are financing it, give them money, encouraging them. So it is here, and we need to really celebrating them. So Auntie B, do you have a final word? Just 1 minute, few seconds to just give us.
My final word is that whatever we're doing here, it's a great assignment. Like she said, we don't know it all, but if there's anybody that is there, you have a solution, you feel something we said is this way it's supposed to be, or you know somebody that's gone through it and come out of it, let's know about it. We all
talk about
to
it,
learn. You know, so we can help somebody out there.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Emoji.
Yes, I just want to say that really we all know that parenting is not easy, but let's be a good parent to our children.
Be a good parent to our child. You know, please, whatsoever it requires to learn any skill you can learn to be a good parent, please learn it, because we are the one raising the next generation, and it starts from now. Whatsoever we are putting into it now will determine the kind of society, the kind of future we are going to have. So create the future you want to see now, and with your help, with our help together, I believe we are going to have a better future. We're going to have a better and saner society. Thank you very much for joining us. For everyone that joined us on Facebook, we appreciate you. We celebrate you. Your data will not get exhausted. I'm going to provide money to buy more data to watch us. Thank you. We love you. We celebrate you. Thank you. So till we come again next week. Oh, for the final session of this, because this is just a session we're talking about the children's stuff. The last week in this month, we're going to invite some children to come here. Yes, I'm going to have children's session. We want these children to talk. Let them talk about their needs. See, those things they are not able to tell you. We want them to say it here. So we're going to have that children's session upper week. That's the last Thursday in the month of May. So till then, please, thank you very much. Stay blessed. Stay beautiful.
I'm glad to
Stay.
celebrate your children.
Yeah, Children's Day. Yeah, Children's Day this month. Please, daddies, mommies, please take your children out. Have a plan for them. I don't want to promise that we have. Give them.
Take them out, but let's do something.
Let's do something different. So they need it. Yes, you need to take them out. Daddy, take your girl child out. Mommy, take your boy child out. I'm a child too. Please, somebody should take me out. My husband will take me out. He's my daddy, Abby. Oh, today is my daddy's remembrance, 22 years remembrance. So please, just say a word of prayer for me, for my mom. Yeah, 22 years. Yeah, it's been a long time, and it's still so fresh. Yeah, we are through with just a chat, but this one is just another phase. But it's been 22 years. I remember the time that he passed on. It was like, that was the first time I would be losing somebody so close to me. It was as if the whole world had ended, and I was in the exam hall when they did the burial, and I couldn't see his, I couldn't attend. They were already burying him before I got there. I was in the exam hall, but I wasn't, the way I passed that exam, I don't even know, I just got home and they said they buried him. But it has been a very big vacuum that he left behind. His wife is there. He's been praying. He's been singing hymns since morning. For a few days ago now, he's been saying, I've been dreaming of my husband. My husband. I was like, I bet leave your husband. Your husband has gone. But I was just saying it to her that, Mama, we are your husband, but it's not easy to lose a loved one. For 22 years.
I
remember my dad. Yeah. See, husband, wives, please call your husband the sweetest name you can call him. When I watched the video clip when they were putting my dad in the grave. My mom was calling my dad Oni. For the first time that I would hear them call themselves this pet name. I was like, so they are even romantic. He called my dad Oni, and I was like, so how would it have been if you had called this man Honey when he was alive? Please call your husband, your wife, the pet name. So what do you call your husband? Temi, and is it your home alone? Exclusively yours, One and only. No one else. Temi. Because whatsoever you call him, it must really be. What do you call your husband? What's the pet name you call your husband?
We don't have a pet name.
Oh my. Why do you sound so unromantic?
We don't have a pet name as in a particular one.
Okay.
We have several ones.
Different ones. Okay, give me the different one. With the moon. The moon. So when everything is going fine, don't worry me. My only sugar pie, the only juice in my freezer. But when things are not really good,
I
call him by the name.
By the name.
Yes,
when you are not being romantic, Abby.
No, not really. I don't really believe in that pet name or that pet name or whatever. And that, as they calling him by his name doesn't reduce the love.
A lot of people are calling themselves different names, my sugar, my
sometimes you call him that name in a very firm way.
Yes, now.
That kind of strength.
Anyway,
we all do it.
Yeah, that one is just by the way. Thank you very much.
And also, we're going to use this medium to say happy birthday to
our
mama in the house.
Malicious mama. His husband is watching us.
Wow,
yes.
Mrs.
Please, if she's there,
happy
please
birthday to you.
just tell her to come online that we want to sing for her. Pastor Mrs. Oniwa, please call your wife that we want to celebrate her on just a chat. Please, I want to see her. I want to see her online. I know you are there. Please call your wife. We want to sing for her. We just give it just 2 seconds to come online. Tell her we want to sing for her. We love her so much. We celebrate her. She's a pastor's wife.
Yes.
One and only pastor's wife.
Yes.
I was thinking of something. I say, see, for every time you need a Temidayo in your life. Because she's a strong woman, as in she's a great worshiper. Just didn't even leave that. She's an encourager. She's a pusher. As in so many times that she will tell me that You are always afraid of taking that. Do it, Jerry. Do it. You understand?
You can do
No. And she will tell you that you can do it. So, and I really celebrate that in her a lot. So we celebrate you today. We say happy birthday, to you. Long life and prosperity, in good health, sound health, more blessing, more money in your account. In the name of Jesus. God bless you. Thank you for everyone for watching this episode. Till we come your way again next week. This is saying bye. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.